All right, everybody.
Hello.
Hello to Luan Luan Lai. Today we have a very special guest.
Yeah.
You can't see her, but she's here. Welcome Estelle, everybody, the girl behind Purposepreneur, a podcast with meaningful and fun conversations about purpose and creativity. It's also basically her self-help journey, about reflections and lessons learned, which she also hopes will be helpful for anyone who identifies with being a misfit, dreamer, creative, or entrepreneur, i.e., all of us here.
Yeah.
All right.
Estelle, welcome. You want
Thank you,
thank
say
you.
a few words and
I mean, ultimately, it's my self-help journey, right? So I hope
Yeah.
it helps someone apart from myself.
Thankfully.
I need all the help I can get.
So it's a all-help journey.
all helps.
Yes.
Yeah.
All
Very
helps.
nice. Very nice.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Josh, do you want to tell us about the topic for today?
Yeah. And so today, as you're listening to this, it should be Valentine's Day. We're talking about love and
Oh, love.
Love gone wrong.
Love gone wrong too.
Love gone wrong.
Yeah,
Oh.
love goes many ways lah. Hopefully it goes right, but for some people,
Yeah.
it does go a bit wrong.
Does it go wild also?
It can go
Can
wild
go
also.
wild?
Oh my goodness,
Oh
guys.
no, I'm sorry.
This actually reminds me of the blog that I had over the last 10 years.
Yeah.
So I stopped blogging about 5 years ago, but I started my influencer journey about 10 years ago. And I kid you not, my blog was called loveyouwrongtime.com.
No,
Oh.
I actually remember
Do
that.
you remember
I remember,
this?
yeah.
'cause I knew you back then as
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
right?
I remember that.
And
Clever.
nobody in Singapore gets it, but all the Angmos,
Nobody
or all
in
my
Singapore.
Aussie friends get it
Oh,
because
no.
it's like this. It's like a bit of a tongue-in-cheek
Right.
of like the love you long time kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
Asian stereotype. So
Yeah.
I used to knock on the doors of my college buddies going, "This is Ling Ling, love you long time." And then that's kind of where all this love you wrong time thing came
Right,
about.
right,
And
right,
I always wanted to write about stories about love and about life, and I mean it's like self-help before the help lah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Nice,
yeah.
nice.
Basically my self-help journey
Nice.
yeah,
Is it
came
still going on?
after that. No. So
Oh.
I stopped blogging quite a few years ago. I left the whole social media influencer space and
Cool.
I just think I needed to get serious or like think about life. Who am I?
Right,
what does
right.
this mean?
Right,
All the
right.
existential mumbo jumbo,
Yeah.
which you'll find on the Purposepreneur, right?
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
Purposepreneur is like Love You Wrong Time Part 2.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
nice,
but
nice,
hey,
yeah.
it ties in nicely now
Yeah.
that we're doing this at
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that actually.
Yeah,
that you
so
used to have
funny.
that blog. So I guess we're talking about love.
Yeah, Luan Luan love.
Luan Luan love. Yeah.
But don't love Luan Luan people. lah, I guess,
Don't anyhow love people.
Yeah.
lah. Must
I'm
be-
honestly terrified.
Oh, really?
I hope. Can I run? Is it too late? The
You
door
are
is a
trapped.
dead
You're
way.
trapped for the next
Okay.
45 minutes at least.
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess
Alright.
one of the we have Estelle here because Estelle is a great friend of ours, and we know she mentioned about her influencer lifestyle that she used to be in. She has a lot of experience, I guess.
Extensive
Extensive
dating
experience.
experience.
Yeah, good and bad, and
All subjective.
yeah.
Subjective
Well, I guess it brought you
experiences.
it brought you here, lah. So I
Right,
guess
right.
retrospectively,
Yeah, it was a good thing.
Yeah.
I
in a
suppose.
way.
Things not to do.
Oh, good.
Yeah, in your 20s.
So maybe Estelle, maybe you can answer these questions.
Yeah.
No,
to-
cannot.
Some scary questions for you.
No.
Some questions about love and
Anti-love.
yeah,
Okay.
and maybe for our listeners, right, to give them some advice on what's good to do and not do, and also to encourage people who maybe have been facing
Some challenges.
in the love arena, and not having too much.
Oh dear, I
luck
thought
there.
I was getting advice.
Oh, really? You didn't read the brief?
Well, yeah. Now you got to make out your own advice, lah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, and so I know we wanted to ask you some
Disclaimer.
questions. Yeah.
If anything fails, do not call 1-900 Laun
Yeah.
Luan Lai, Purposepreneur.
Yes.
Yeah,
we are not love advisors.
Yes.
We absolve ourselves
no
from everything.
returns.
Yeah.
no return, no refunds.
Or your
No
money
refunds.
back.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
maybe Estelle, you can start off with telling us what is like the worst date you've ever had.
Worst date.
Or some
ah?
of the worst ones.
Yeah.
Worst date. Okay, I think I wouldn't say it's like the worst date per se, but it reminds me of this of this incident, right, where my friends from Ministry of Funny, his name is Terrence.
Oh, Terrence. Yeah.
Oh.
So he's wonderful.
Yeah.
At one point we were hanging out and he tried to set me up with one of his friends.
Okay.
And he was this lovely guy, a lawyer, and the date went well. So it was great. And then I went home and I blogged about it. Right? Speaking about the influencer lifestyle. Because I love telling stories. And
Yeah.
honestly, it was just me externally processing the date. Which, of course, not everyone takes well too. Right? So my friend Terrence from Ministry of Funny calls me the next day, go, Estelle! Walao, why do you have to do that? He's super turned off. You know, he doesn't want to go out with you again.
Oh, no.
And I didn't really feel hurt. I just thought it was very amusing.
Yeah.
Maybe I was still in like my, my insular kind of bubble.
Right,
but
right,
I was
right.
like, oh, yeah, this whole thing was like a really fun experience to experience and
Right.
write about. Like
But-
I was just like a third party in my own life, like love.
Right, right.
I was
Like an
always
observer.
I wanted to observe my own
Right,
life.
right.
But Terrence never introduced me to a guy again,
Oh,
man.
no.
So sorry, Terrence.
But importantly,
Shout out. Yeah.
was that date a good date? Or
It
bad
was
one?
a good date.
Oh.
Yeah. So it was more like a dating fail on my part.
Right.
You know,
Right,
not on
right,
the guy's
right.
part.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
it
you,
was
you
just-
didn't
just-
you didn't blog anything negative about him? Was
No,
there
I
anything?
don't remember blogging about anything negative per se. I think it was just the fact that I blogged about him.
Right,
and
right,
some
right.
guys are really private. So,
Yeah.
in this kind of day and age where everything goes on Insta story or
Yeah.
a lot of people are influencers and then things get a little bit too public. I think it's also just remembering boundaries of like,
Right.
okay, when's the right time to share about a date?
Yeah.
How much do you disclose? How much do you not disclose? And I think I didn't mention his name, but because he knew my blog, and suddenly he sees on like the latest post,
Yeah.
my date with that lawyer guy or whatever.
Yeah.
And he knows it's him.
Yeah.
I think he was just quite horrified to say
Oh
the least.
no.
least.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So it might have been a worst date for him, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, worst
Yes.
post-date
Yeah.
experience for him, I suppose.
Yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, okay. So, but besides that, right? Any like other horror stories where like, you're in a date and you're
Yeah.
thinking, I need to get out of here. Any?
It's so funny, right? Because the story that comes to my mind is my ex-boyfriend
Okay.
in Australia.
Okay.
So this was like way back when I was like 17, 18 years old, living in college. So this is like 2006 or something like that, right? So we don't have handphones and it's literally you make a date and you have to stick to it, right? Because you can't like change your location.
Yeah.
You can't be like, hey, sorry, I'm running half an hour late. So this guy that I dated, he's Aussie and he's not really Aussie. He's like he can't grow
Straya.
up there, but he was sort of Straya.
Right.
He was like kind of like mixed
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we were going for our first date and I was waiting for him in my college and I literally sat on the couch for like 3 hours in the living room.
No.
Yes.
No.
Like 3
Why?
hours.
No.
And like people would come and go and my friends would be like, oh, I thought you were going on a date. I'm like, yeah. They're
What
like,
a
you've been here
jerk.
for a while. And it turns out that he was just really lost because he didn't really know his way around.
Right.
The,
Okay.
because I was in like a different suburb and he was like from like way out town.
Yeah.
So it took him so long to get to the college to look for me. And the crazy thing is, after that date, obviously I still waited for him and we went on a date and we got to know each other and we actually went into a long-term relationship for like 2 years.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
so he actually became like one of my longer relationships and the
Right.
boyfriends that I had. But it started off with like the worst
Yeah.
first date ever.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
3
So, yeah,
hours
guys, I
you
waited
waited.
3 hours.
You must have really liked that guy, lah. I mean,
I think I just had nothing to do lah. Because it was like college, right? What are we gonna do?
Yeah, I
Watch
guess,
like the OC or Prison Break? Because that's what we did back then.
right.
Yeah.
I
So the
guess.
end of the
Yeah.
3 hours, then the date is over lah. Actually, by the time he came,
Yeah, by the time he came, yeah.
Hi dear, I'm here. Oh,
Bedtime.
nice to see you. See you tomorrow.
3 hours for him back
Yeah.
where he came from.
Oh
Wow.
my goodness.
No, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, no, that's the thing,
Okay,
right?
okay.
Because overseas in Australia it's also not as convenient.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, it is
Right.
it takes
Yeah,
a
it
long
takes a
time
long
to
time.
travel
It does,
around.
yeah.
Yeah. So like you said, if I said goodbye, you have to take another 3
3
hours to
hours.
get
right,
home.
right. Oh
Yeah,
my.
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Craziness.
So, I guess the lesson here is like for our listeners is firstly, if you go on a date, like don't don't blog about it or don't like post it on Insta story
don't,
if you don't have permission or consent from the other party. Like, people are private. And I guess the second lesson is sometimes 3 hours is worth the wait.
Yeah. But end up.
Or was it?
Oh,
No.
was it?
Or was it? No.
In hindsight, 2 years later.
Oh.
Maybe not.
Maybe
no.
not. Later.
Right.
Yeah. Well, actually, so maybe don't wait 3 hours for a date.
Yeah. Things you do when you're young and energetic,
Understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
Cool, yeah.
Oh, I have one more story.
Yeah,
So,
go ahead.
I think when I was much younger, about in my 20s, I was also experimenting and dating like girls, right? And like women. And I was dating this butch, or someone that's a bit more of the masculine sort.
Right.
And I remember on our first date, she was doing this thing called like peacocking, which is
what is that?
where guys and guys do this as well, right?
Okay.
It's basically a term where they behave like a peacock, so they actually
Right.
shoot you down so that it makes you want them more.
Oh.
So yeah,
So it's a thing.
Yeah,
it even
it's
has a name.
Yeah,
name.
that's it.
You know,
apparently
when you
what
say
it's called.
peacocking, all I'm thinking of is like she's just putting up her butt in the air and like showing off her butt.
And it's like green,
Like holding up some
and
feathers.
beautiful.
yeah, like, check out my ass, or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
But sorry,
I guess-
Yeah. So what happened was I went to meet her at her apartment, and we were supposed to go out on a date. And she opened the door. She looked at me top to bottom, and she said, "You look like shit.
Oh my
Go
God.
home and change."
Wow.
And I was like, whoa, because I think, I was still very much in the experimenting phase. It was
Yeah.
like just getting to know her. It was like our first date. And
Oh, that was your first date.
That was my first date with her. What? Yeah, so I had met her
What
from
a great
like,
first impression.
I know, I think I met her from like clubbing or something.
Right,
and
right.
she was a good looking girl, like masculine but like butch,
Yeah.
that sort of good looking. And yeah, she was like, "You look like shit. Go home and change."
Wow.
And I remember it kind of makes you feel, now looking back, I think the young me was like a lot more eager to please.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it made me very self-conscious,
Wow.
very much want to be liked. Yeah. But yeah, I don't
That
think we
sounds like
went on
that.
a second date.
Yeah, I'm so glad you didn't go.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Like,
Yeah.
oh my
So,
So-
that date actually went ahead then.
I can't remember. I think okay. I think we did. I went home and then we did go out. But yeah, after
Wow.
that, in my head, I was also a bit like, okay, yeah,
This ain't working.
just like
Yeah,
eh.
it's like
Yeah.
so toxic, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that's
Yeah.
sometimes what relelationhips are like, right? Like it starts with a lot of toxic like
Yeah.
manipulation
Yeah.
and that's how people end up in these relationships that have all
Wow.
these vicious cycles. Yeah.
Wow.
Whether or not it's with males or females.
My
Like I think
God.
unfortunately that's just how some people
Yeah.
yeah,
But your
these tactics people use to try to make you feel like you're wanted or that you want to be wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sean, can you imagine
Yeah.
if like a girl, I mean, if you're dating and a
And then
girl,
comes-
you go to pick up the girl from
Yeah.
her house and she opens the door and it's like, wow, Sean, you look like shit. Go home and change now.
Then I will literally poop on the front door. I will say, "You want to know what shit looks like? This is what shit looks like." And then I make sure I smear it a bit.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Then I tell her that
Yeah. Why you
that
raise
I
your
did it
daughter up like
because
that?
of yeah.
Yeah.
So glad your wife loves you unconditionally.
Yeah, I know
ah.
exactly.
Yeah.
This tells you why I don't have extensive dating experience.
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
these are the things I would do. And the one who
Yeah.
marries me would has to be crazy enough to do that lah. Yeah,
Yeah.
as crazy as I am. So thankfully I
Yeah.
found one. Yeah.
So yeah, I think a lot of my stories that have this, these
Yeah.
funny rabak moments, I think
Yeah.
they're more like the first dates lah, right? Because that's where you're kind of getting to know someone and you're getting to know yourself as well.
Yeah.
So sometimes I think there's a way of discovering yourself also through dating and discovering that, wow, I do not want to date this person.
Yeah.
You know what you don't want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You're checking things off the list, I guess.
Yeah.
Striking them out.
Yeah.
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 Wow.
So
Fantastic.
do you recall any, the worst things you've heard? I mean, apart from that, the worst things you've heard on a date? Because I was looking online and I was just thinking about, like what's the worst thing I could come up with, right? If I'm on a date, on the first date,
Yeah.
and I really want to like turn her off. Like what's the
But
worst?
then again, why would that be?
Oh no, I'm just
What
thinking.
are you searching, Josh, in the middle of the night at the bottom of Reddit?
I'm just thinking like what's the worst things that people have heard on dates.
Oh, wow.
Right. And I'm also thinking of like, okay, if like what's the worst thing I could ever think of or say.
Oh,
Right.
this is right up my alley.
yeah,
Because
Yeah.
Evidently,
Yeah.
I'm not great at dates.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Like,
okay.
what's the worst
Yeah.
thing? Like, so I was reading Reddit, right? And
Sure.
so there's someone who actually heard someone say this, right? Let me see. Where is it? Oh, yes. So imagine if you went on the first date and then the guy's like browsing through a dating app while he's with you.
Wow.
Like on he's like looking at his phone like, okay, look, there are a lot of potential candidates for this position. So what can you offer that these people don't?
This guy works in HR.
Yeah.
This guy works in HR. It's
like never date a guy from HR, man, because
so
I
sad.
think in general, it's such a turn off when someone is scrolling on their phone.
Yeah,
Right.
at
Yeah.
all,
Like,
right?
At
yeah,
all,
whether or not
yeah.
it's Instagram or,
Or
Tinder.
Tinder.
Yeah.
Like, oh
Can
my
you
gosh,
imagine?
like
Yeah.
imagine getting caught for that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, there's a mirror behind you. I can actually see you like swiping right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So not only are they using their phone, they're using their phone on the dating app, and not only
Yeah.
that, they're interviewing you for a job.
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah. A job that doesn't pay.
Yeah.
Or you better be a damn good boyfriend. Otherwise, like, what's the point?
True.
Right?
Yeah. Man. Not always time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not someone that is obviously transactional,
Yeah.
but I think it's a turn off if a guy asks you to go to like a nice restaurant and then at the end of the date he's like, yeah, half.
Oh, okay.
Like, go Dutch,
Or
yeah.
like, oh, you're getting this right.
Oh.
Wow.
Has that ever
Yeah,
happened
that
to
has
you?
happened. That
oh
has
my.
totally
like
happened.
like an expensive restaurant.
Like I don't know if the person meant it, but it was
Or a
like, oh my
joke, right?
gosh, like I forgot to bring my wallet.
Oh,
Yeah, like I'll get you
no.
next time, but like didn't, you know?
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
The nerve. Oh my.
The-
Yeah.
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 Oh my
That is-
goodness.
Like
That is
don't know
daring.
if they're just emotionally immature
Yeah.
or like
Yeah, just low
Or
EQ.
like-
Oh, just an,
Yeah.
just an
Yeah, like,
asshole.
yeah.
yeah, like no awareness.
Yeah.
Or
Wow.
like wow.
Yeah.
Like I wonder how many dates
This guy-
you have
yeah.
done that to also, you know,
Yeah.
because
Well, I mean-
like especially when some of the guys they're not bad looking and they're quite charismatic.
Right.
Yeah.
And you would think
then
they
you don't really
actually
know how
have
to read
more-
the intentions also.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just doing that like 10 times a month for free meals.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
free meals.
Toy
Is that-
boys.
is that-
So Sean, if you were
Cowboy.
if you were still not married or not dating anyone, would you be doing something like this?
Free meal, yo.
no, I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
Well, when you said free meal,
Times are bad,
your,
man.
your eyes lit
Yeah,
up. So
oh.
I just thought that you were going to do something like
Oh,
that.
free meal means
Yeah.
like, you know, the meal with a lot of free time. That's no.
So Estelle, are you on the camp of that all guys should pay on the first date, or are you on the camp of like, okay, it's okay to go Dutch on the first date? Where
That's
do
a
you
great
where do you
question.
stand on that?
I think I'm pretty flexible.
Okay.
You know, like I do Pilates now. It's
Oh,
like
so
I
yeah.
just did it with John. I'm just joking.
That's pretty
but-
flexible.
Yeah, very-
That's
yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
flexible.
But okay, I don't think there's a hard and fast rule. Honestly, I think it depends on the context.
Right.
I think it's a very nice gesture if a guy offers to pay. And I'll probably say yes. I'll be like, oh, thank you, because I'm way pricey.
Oh, really?
Free food, free meal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a very nice gesture, but
Yeah.
I don't have problems paying for myself.
Yeah.
I think generally, I think as a girl, we feel more valued, right? If the person offers to pay, even if it's
Yeah.
something like coffee,
Yeah.
even if it's a meal. I think something that I really believe in is also, or I'm interested in and to try out at some point, whenever that happens, is low stakes dating. Have you heard about that?
No.
No.
So,
Please enlighten
obviously
us.
there's been, I will.
Yeah.
Consider yourself enlightened.
Yes.
Those things. Wow.
So, I mean, I think back in the day, there's always been this movement where, girls will expect guys to pay, and then they expect like a 5-10 course meal. They expect to be wild on the first date. So it's very dress to impress, right? Kind of mentality. I think that's
High pressure,
That's
yeah.
very Hollywood,
Yeah,
yeah.
kind of style of dating and what's been shaped by our media culture and our society.
Yeah.
But actually, if you think about it, the foundation of a good date or even a great potential relationship or friendship is connection. And sometimes when you strip away all the airy-fairy or the frills and you want to just find connection, not just over a simple coffee, right? Low stakes, which is why it's like, hey, you know what? It's not like super pressurizing.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
feel like you've committed to a 3-hour evening
Yeah, that's
and you had to
true.
look your best and you got ready for 2 hours and you have all these expectations. But it's literally getting to know someone over a coffee. And it's like no pressure lah. Like low stakes. That's where the term low stakes dating comes from.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
it's not where you eat beef on like coffee table, then it's like a low stick. Yeah, okay. I guess not. I guess not lah. Okay.
Well, I guess if you go to a Japanese restaurant, then you sit on the floor. Then
And you eat the wagyu.
If you eat the wagyu beef, it's low stick.
Low sticks.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So,
but then it makes more sense.
Thanks for clarifying.
If there's a steak for dinner, confirm good date.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Medium well.
Yes.
Well done. Well
Yeah,
done.
well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
Nice.
That's
nice,
rare.
nice.
Yeah.
All right. So, I'm just thinking, like, what are the worst things that, people say or do on a date? Like, what are the worst things?
Yeah, I got one.
What?
So imagine if someone sat in front of you and then the first thing he did was like take a big sniff, like, and then he says, you don't smell as nice as I fantasized you would. Something like that.
Like there's good weird and there's like get out of here weird.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I think I know there are people on first dates who like say I love you on the first date. Like they just meet the person and like maybe at the end of the date just like I love you.
I think that happens to influencers because with influencers, like maybe like our friend Dawn or something,
They're so
it's like,
easily loved, is it?
exactly. Because you posted about your whole life the last 10
And
years.
you
so
feel like you
someone,
know this
someone
person.
feels
Yeah,
like
yeah,
they
yeah.
know you.
Yeah.
And then when they meet you, they're like, I love you. And you're like, I don't even know who you are.
Yeah.
Right?
I've loved you from year 8. Yeah, or whatever.
Yeah, oh my god, yeah. I've loved you from the start.
What's
Yeah, oh my
year 8?
No, the year 8 of your influencing journey.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
What were you going to say?
No, I was thinking like, on that note, right? Like, when I meet celebrities sometimes, not.
Yeah, as you do on a
as
daily
I do
basis,
every day,
of course,
meeting
it's just
people,
the stuff that we do.
Yeah. When I meet a celebrity sometimes, I don't know how to talk to them because I feel like I know them from their social media already, and I feel like I don't have to ask them anything because I already know.
Yeah.
It's
like, how's your baby? But
I know, or like like what you working on, but shit, I already know what. Yeah. But anyway,
Stalker.
I digress. Yeah,
Weirdo.
a little bit of a
Totally
stalker.
get it.
Right.
Yeah. What else, man? What else?
Like,
is weird?
like it could be like someone coming in and, whoa, mama, those hips don't lie, or something like that.
Well, Sean's volume just went up
I know.
times 10.
Yeah.
And so his enthusiasm, hidden
course.
secret much?
Yeah, if you know,
Hidden
that's the kind of weird date I would be.
Yeah.
I would be that kind of a date.
Yeah, man. If I was not married,
Right.
and I had nothing better to do, right, I
Right.
would actually go on dates. I feel evil saying this, but I might actually just go on dates and like just wreck it on purpose.
Yeah. Just to
Right?
try out stuff.
Yeah,
right?
just to try out like how.
Hi, I'm just
That gets me
practicing my comedic journey.
Yeah, like how far can I go to like? But so mean lah. I mean, I shouldn't do that. I
Yeah.
mean,
No,
I'm
but
just
of course you
being
don't tell
vulnerable.
them that lah.
Yeah.
You don't tell. You just
Social
you just do it.
experiment 101.
Yeah,
Correct.
Like
You
all
just
those
straight
things,
away.
right?
But like just imagine,
Just get weird.
Yeah, just get
Like, are you
weird.
selling your pillow?
And then we time it. So, like, the moment we sit down, you press the timer, keep lah. Then you see how long later. Oh, she lasted 20 minutes. Not bad.
Yeah.
I was super weird for 30 minutes.
Oh
and it
yes,
lasted.
I didn't get water spilled on me this time.
Yeah. Wow.
Didn't get slapped.
Yeah. Although,
Achievement unlocked.
although this wine stain is gonna stick for a while.
Yeah.
What's another thing?
Yeah,
that you-
like can you imagine? Like so, you sit down and you reach out and you touch your stomach, right?
You touch whose
You,
stomach?
you touch your date's stomach, and then you lean in and you whisper, "Soon you shall be plump with my seed." This one's
Oh
from
my
Reddit, by the way.
gosh.
Oh, really?
From where?
Yeah, it's from Reddit. Yeah, I saw this.
Do you think someone actually?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think. Well,
By
I
the
guess.
time he reaches out, it's already gonna be whoa.
Yeah, like red flag, right?
Twist,
Yeah.
like
Me
cannot catch
too.
me.
Hashtag me too.
Yeah,
Exactly.
man.
One would be pretty bad. It's like, wow, like, hey, hi, and then while sitting down, you're like, okay, so full disclaimer, I suffer from erectile dysfunction. Just want to be honest off the bat. Yeah. Okay, so have you ever been here before? Nice place. Sorry, straight away change topic. Like, I mean, talk about honesty, right? People are saying like, I want someone who's authentic. I want someone who's just being himself. It doesn't matter if they have weaknesses and.
Actually, Estelle, like, from a girl's point of view, right? Would you appreciate that kind of honesty on a first date?
And the rally's not said that way, lah.
I know, like I'm Miss Authentic, right? But
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
How authentic?
Too authentic. Yeah.
So interested. I'm interested. Like, in your opinion, there's like a line
Right.
almost like you don't go over authentic. right?
I'm still figuring out that line.
Yeah.
in my own life, man.
Yeah, I think
I'm
trial
like
and
an
error.
open book. I'm always like, full disclosure.
Yeah.
Okay, I take that back.
But you can't.
Rewind.
Yeah.
Rewind.
You forget I said that.
Delete
Sorry.
message.
Let's just have this beautiful sausage. I mean. Oh no, yeah.
Don't say that if
Yeah,
you're
I'm
going to a
queen of
job.
like over disclosure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So definitely learning,
Where that line, that
where
sweet
the-
spot
where
is,
the-
right?
Where the mystery is.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I guess that's a good
Mysterious.
a good lesson for our listeners as well. Like, know where the line is, and don't be too
Things
vulnerable
not
at
to
on the
talk
first
about
date.
on a first date.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So what are things to talk about or not talk about?
To talk about.
Yeah.
Well, not talk about, we've covered quite a bit.
Quite a bit, lah.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
talk about your erectile dysfunction.
Yeah.
You don't talk about
Uh,
her hips.
Yeah. If you're addicted to any kind of substances or.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I guess.
Honestly, I would respect that. If someone, came out first
Like-
first date and says,
Like,
look,
"Yes,
this
I'm
is
a-
my addiction.
I'm a heroin
I think-
addict.
Yeah. I'm broke, I'm a hero. Yeah. Just give me a chance, won't you?
I applaud you for your honesty.
Yeah.
This is Joshua's number. Call
He-
him for help.
Yeah, he likes honest people.
Thank
They
you,
run a
thank
counseling
you.
service.
Yeah.
Oh,
Luan Luan Lai.
Wow.
Luan, listen, but we listen to their problems.
Yeah,
lah.
lor.
Not
Then they
reason.
become lonely after that.
Oh, no.
Wow. Yeah. I think another one okay, on our list, I guess, is to not say is my ex-wife and I used to come here all the time. Great memories, this
I
place.
hate it when people talk about their exes on a first date.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Super extra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it just shows that you've not let go of your
Yeah.
past,
Yeah.
and you're not ready to date, lah. I mean, if you're talking about
Right.
ex, you're not ready to date for sure.
Extra.
Extra. Yeah, lor. Aiyo.
Honey.
Or what if you go on your date and you show up with your wife?
Another thing not to do.
Yes. Well, if you have a wife, please don't go on dates.
Yeah.
Apart from with your wife, lah. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have a wife. Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Date your wife and not anyone else.
Yeah. Good. Good tip.
How low can we go?
Yeah, how low can we
This
go?
episode.
We've gone pretty low. We've gone pretty low.
Well,
Yeah,
yes.
No. Go ahead.
No, yeah. So you're talking about turn-offs, right? And
Right.
before this, and so I was doing some research, and I feel like I say this in every episode. I was doing some research, and then
You're
right?
obviously a researcher.
Yeah, I guess. But I
So
hate,
serious,
but I
Josh.
hate reading. I hate reading.
You hate reading.
Yeah.
But you love researching.
I don't know. Maybe because I don't read the research I'm doing. So maybe maybe it's all fake news also. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, who knows? Okay.
But anyway,
Anyway.
yeah. So doing some research, and so according to a Coffee Meets Bagel spokesperson, have you ever used Coffee Meets Bagel?
It's funny because a lot of my friends, people we know, who I will not mention names of, are on it and finding really nice,
Okay.
suitable people on it. I have not gone on it in Singapore. I think I signed up for an account when I was in the US like 3-4 years ago.
Right,
Just
right.
because I wanted to see, what are the top apps in Silicon Valley and what's the user experience like. I'm very
Right.
nosy like that lah.
Right.
So I think I was just enjoying it for the user experience, and I was quite surprised at how eligible they were. Like 6 foot tall, muscular, from Harvard, from Yale, from all these
Right,
Ivy
right.
League schools. Yeah, yeah.
6 foot is
So
quite
it
tall
was
for a
like,
girl,
yeah, it was quite like it's quite a good deal lah. I mean, but I didn't go on any dates.
Okay,
I think
okay.
I was just quite impressed.
Just browsing. Just browsing.
browsing.
Yeah.
Alright,
Yeah.
alright.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
so-
it does seem like there are a lot of eligible people on it.
Right. Maybe fake profiles, because like on Tinder, right? There
Right,
are
right.
like photos of people who post photos
Yeah.
of like Benjamin King,
Oh.
and then
Oh yeah, I
post,
think
and say that's them, like
Right.
walao, like
Come on.
which rock you living under? Who doesn't
Yeah.
know who Benjamin King is?
Exactly.
yeah. Oh my gosh, guys, do you know what? Seriously, honestly, I've been considering going on Tinder to promote Purposepreneur. Think about it, right?
Okay.
That's the 5 seconds of like captive attention you
Yeah.
get. That's better than any ad, and it's free.
That's true.
Yeah.
And
Right?
you might get a good date.
And yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you just
I'm
might. I
just
mean,
thinking-
yeah.
You just might.
You just put like a picture of like I don't know, something really clickbaity and be like, listen now to the Purposepreneur.
Yeah.
But
Right,
yeah,
right,
like
right.
you're
Yeah.
gonna get like 100 swipes a day. That's bad.
Yeah.
That's like free ad space.
That's true. That's true.
Honestly,
That
I've been
is
I've been thinking
true.
about
Yeah.
that
But
seriously.
whether that will get approved by the moderators on.
But why
on the
not,
back end,
though?
I don't know.
I mean, I just put like Sean's name. No.
No, you
Doing like a screen.
yeah.
Join
Yeah.
us. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's a good idea. I mean, like
Yeah.
like
It's
ads
interesting.
via Tinder.
Yeah.
But if everyone just rejects you, does that
Oof.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Truth hurts.
Do you?
No, then you just change your strategy, lor.
No, lah,
Maybe
but
you-
because with
yeah.
Tinder, even whether they accept or reject, or swipe left or swipe
Yeah.
right, they still get to see your profile.
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
still making an impression
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
Purposepreneur.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But it's like with that.
Free advertising.
Yeah, that's a really good idea.
Yeah.
That's a really
That's
good idea.
But okay, whether or not, would you guys encourage your single friends to go on a dating app? Turning the tables on y'all?
I wouldn't advise Tinder just because of all the horror stories I've heard.
And the reputation.
Could be
Yeah.
like a
as a
56-year-old, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like the worst people.
Well, I've
on
never
the-
Yeah.
heard that, but
Yeah.
okay.
I know. Like
Hey,
this,
meet
like,
me at this cool underground new warehouse.
yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
not actually a bar.
Yeah.
It's actually
A warehouse. Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
boy.
And
Ooh,
don't
guys,
bring
be careful who
don't
you
bring your
meet.
trace don't bring your trace together token.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Oh dear Josh.
Yeah.
What have
So-
you been watching?
that
Yeah.
flag is bright red.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do have. I guess I've been watching too many true crime documentaries.
Right.
Yeah, but anyway. Yeah, I've been talking about dating apps. I mean, like you said, I think that there are a lot of successful stories of people.
Right.
Like on Coffee Meets
Yeah.
Bagel. I think CMB is one of the more popular, safer
And like
apps.
wholesome-ish. I
Yeah,
suppose.
wholesome,
Yeah.
wholesome-ish, and it's not like for hookups and one-night stands.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, if you have trouble finding someone,
And
That's-
there's
Why not?
nothing wrong with that.
yeah, nothing,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that. I mean,
Yeah, no,
why
for
not?
sure. I think
Yeah.
there's no shame in like using online means to meet someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's also just a lot about like awareness, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of Singaporeans we don't really know how to be alone, you know? And actually learning to be alone is so important. Like for
You
me,
mean alone like single? Or
yeah,
alone
being
like
alone like physically,
right.
being alone not in a relationship.
right.
I think that's where the most self-growth happens. Listen more on
Yeah.
the Purposepreneur. But yeah, honestly, I
Shameless
really,
plug.
super shameless. But
Yeah.
honestly, I mean, I 200% in belief in that, right? And that's why so many people started getting into relationships over COVID and
Yeah.
circuit breaker lah,
Yeah.
right? Lockdown loneliness. It's
Yeah.
actually a thing. Yeah,
Interesting.
lockdown loneliness.
Yeah.
Luan Luan Lonely.
Luan Luan Lonely.
It
Luan
sounds
Luan
like a
Lockdown.
Kanye West song.
Yeah.
Love lockdown, love lockdown. No, he actually has a
That's-
song
oh,
like that.
really?
yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't listen to Kanye enough to
Yeah.
really
Yeah,
know about
okay,
that.
okay.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Interesting.
Luan Luan Loneliness could be our new app.
Luan
Yeah.
Our new
Loneliness.
dating app, right?
Yeah, new
Luan Luan Loneliness.
Don't Luan Luan Lonely.
Yeah, let us know in the
Just Luan
comments.
Luan Love.
or- yeah.
Find
Nice.
Luan Luan Love.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
But after people anyhow go and okay. But anyway,
Yeah, later it becomes another Tinder.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
guess back to my point about turn-offs, right? So according to a Coffee Meets Bagel spokesperson, apparently, if you're a gaming nerd, you might be condemned to an eternity of forever aloneness because
Forever aloneness.
because the most liked men on the app are actually 57% less likely to include the word anime in their profiles. And 45% less likely to be liked if they include the word gaming in their profiles.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So if you
Wow.
if you like anime and gaming, don't put that in your profile.
You know why?
Why,
Because girls don't want to date a player.
Ah.
I think lah. Who knows?
Wow.
But I don't know how many of those
Wow.
girls are actually
Yeah.
thinking along those lines. But okay.
Yeah, and so
No
on.
lah, it's just because those things are known to take like 90% of your time.
Yeah.
And
Oh, right,
a lot
right.
of girls, right?
They want your time as well. Yeah.
And is it also because I mean there is a common misconception or
stereotype,
stereotype
maybe? Yeah.
that gamers or people who like anime are like like guys who live in their mom's basement. I mean Singapore don't have basement lah, but you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
very very
super dude.
Yeah,
very
OOT.
nerdy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Or like at worst like sexual perverts and things like
Yeah,
that.
you
right?
know, correct, yeah. And I recently, sadly, there's been cases of people getting arrested for like peeping toms and taking photos and all that.
Right.
And they kind of seem to fit that profile.
Oh.
But just saying,
Yeah.
just my observation.
Yeah.
You know, they look like
Probably just a coincidence. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with gaming.
But yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
So on the flip side, right? The most liked men on the app are 124% more likely to be liked if they include the word spontaneity in their profile.
Oh.
Yeah, and they're 88% more likely to be liked if they describe themselves as fun-loving.
Fun loving.
Yeah,
Fun-loving.
but a little bit generically fun-loving.
Yeah lah, fun-loving.
Like, what's fun-loving? What does that mean?
And who doesn't love fun?
Exactly, unless
Yeah.
you're a glutton for punishment lah.
Yeah. If you're a masochist, then maybe you don't love
Yeah.
fun. But
Yeah.
no. But then getting spanked is fun for them.
Oh, yeah, so
they,
it's still
they are still
fun loving.
fun-loving.
So
Everyone.
basically don't put in your profile like you're a very serious person.
Yeah, I guess.
Right, right.
So
Yeah.
spontaneity and fun loving. If there's a tip for you guys who are trying to build a
Single,
profile.
ready to mingle, be fun loving,
Yeah,
no
fun-loving.
anime and gaming.
Yeah. Put spontaneity.
All right, so okay, so
Wow.
maybe before we end the
Fantastic.
episode, I have one thought, and maybe
Sure.
we can talk about this. Okay, pickup lines. Right?
Okay.
Do they actually work?
I think that they do.
Okay.
Because
from a woman's point of view, they
it's
do.
all
Alright.
about capturing someone's attention, right? That's marketing 101. And I used to have a friend, his name is Mark Enriquez,
Mhm, yeah.
and
Yeah.
he used to stand outside the toilet at clubs
Right.
and just like practice pickup lines
Right.
and be like, hi, 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 and like, yeah, and practice pickup lines. And honestly, he's not a pervert,
Yeah.
okay, but he's just really funny.
Right.
And that's
Right.
his personality.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was able to get a lot of,
Attention.
responses
Right.
also.
Right.
Yeah, from
well,
people that way.
I mean, it doesn't also
Yeah.
hurt that Mark Enriquez is good looking, like.
I'm sure that
You
had
know.
nothing to do with the pickup
Yeah.
lines. Come on.
I mean, who
Yeah.
goes by looks nowadays?
Yeah,
right? It's
yeah.
2021.
Yeah,
Come on,
it's all
guys.
about pickup lines, man.
Yeah, of course. Don't be so
dude.
traditional.
Personality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Okay, so I mean,
Yeah.
so
Bank
I think
balance.
it's kind of cute, but it's also how they spin off and how they recover after that, right?
Yeah.
And also it's just like icebreaker, right? If you want to
Yeah.
meet someone, like, there's a girl group and you can't just go over and be like, hey, hi, I would like to really get to know one of you.
But just one of you.
Yeah.
Just one. Yeah. Just the prettiest one.
Oh, yeah.
As opposed to if you throw a pickup line, it's
Yeah.
more disarming,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
humor, no, everyone loves humor. That's why there's,
Yeah, exactly.
the Laun Luan Lai podcast,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
No
Nobody
one loves
hates a
a-
good
Always
joke.
works.
No one loves a mechanical,
Right.
opening line, right?
So people
Yeah.
might say like, haha, it's so lame, but they'll still talk to you. Like I
Yeah.
really think, pickup lines could be
Definitely.
could be a comeback.
Yeah.
Could be a new thing.
And I think that pickup lines are pickup lines because they work. Like otherwise, you wouldn't call it a pickup line.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
I mean,
true.
of course, there is a certain level of lameness or
Right.
Cringe
cliche,
sometimes, yeah.
Right.
cringe-worthiness.
Yeah.
But like you said, like sometimes you just laugh it off, and
Right.
it's just how they respond after that, and how
Right.
do you bounce the energy off the
Right.
other person, that kind of thing.
Right.
I
And
think-
it shows confidence. And
Yeah.
I think what ultimately a lot of girls are attracted to is confidence.
Yeah.
So when someone is able to come up to a stranger or a group and practice or use a pickup line,
Yeah.
there's either two reactions, right? Like, oh my gosh, this person's so lame.
Yeah.
And how many times has he done this tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it would be like, oh, ha ha ha, that's quite cute.
That's quite
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
Even if it's lame, they might still laugh.
Yeah.
And that already breaks a wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. I talk like an expert.
Wall
Yeah. You seem like you've tried this a few
Well.
times. A few times.
Oh, well.
All right, Sean. give
Let's
us-
not go
give us-
into that.
Give us your best pickup line.
No, I don't. I
You
probably don't
you
have
don't
a
do
good
like
one.
on
I don't have a.
order, like by request pickup lines.
I
no?
don't have a pickup line that would be family friendly. Let's say, yeah. So I wouldn't even attempt it.
Yeah.
For the sake of my listeners.
I think it's better if it's a more innovative pickup line, not one of the super overused generic
Right.
sorts.
Yeah. Yeah, to those listening, I hope you guys have some good tips here today on what to do or not do on a date.
Yeah.
And so thanks for listening. Any closing thoughts? Well, one like
Closing
TED
thoughts.
Talk panel like that.
Oh,
Any closing,
Closing
thoughts?
thoughts.
well.
I would say, okay, one last thing I would say is we talk about like dating and turn-offs and advice. Okay, one thing that does not work is playing hard to get, right? Like all of the dating sages used to say, oh, play hard to get, don't reply for 3 days, make sure you text back one word answers to seem like you're so cool and disinterested.
Wow.
Yeah.
And, make sure that you don't reply immediately. But, in this day and age, I'm just thinking how that is still not relevant.
Yeah, that's so true,
If
man.
you don't reply for 3 days,
Yeah.
it's
you're
like,
out.
hello, I saw your green circle on
Yeah.
Instagram and you're active.
Yeah.
And I see you and or even worse, like if you don't reply for 3 days, it's like, do you lose your phone? Do you die? Are you okay?
I think it's just plain rude lah. Actually,
Yeah.
if you don't reply for 3 days, I mean, just like I mean, at that point, I'm like, you're just not worth my time anymore because basic courtesy, right? Just reply me or something.
Yeah, so I think I just want to put that PSA out there. Hey girls, don't play hard to get because
it don't
dating
work.
is not a game.
It don't
you
work.
know,
Yeah.
people are not prizes to be won.
So true.
Right?
Preach, girl.
Yeah.
Preach it.
Ah,
So
yeah.
yeah, let's just
So,
be you, be yourself,
yeah.
even if you're weird.
Yeah.
You.
Especially
Sean.
if you're weird.
Especially if you're weird.
Be
Because
yourself.
Definitely.
there is a weird out
Definitely.
there for everyone's weirdness.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
it's honestly, second that, be yourself, like your weird self. I think that just like anyone, there's always a niche of people that kind of where your personality appeals to them. So so if you're weird, there are people that love weird people. There are people that love unweird people, I guess. What does unweird mean to you?
I mean, honestly, I think that everyone is weird lah.
Yeah.
Right? We're just
We're
weird,
all weird in our own little way.
Yeah. And so just find that person that has that can synchronize their weirdness with yours.
your weirdness.
And then
Yeah.
Exactly.
get married.
Awesome.
And
babies.
get married.
Yes.
Yeah. And
Well,
if
I
you
hope-
like it, better put a ring on it.
Yes.
Yeah. That's my closing word.
Yeah.
Your closing
I just
word
stole
is
it from Beyonce. Yeah. I just stole it from Beyonce.
Yes, queen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Estelle, for coming on our show. We love having your extensive experience,
Yeah.
expounded and elaborated for our viewers and listeners. Thank you, of course, Josh, for...
Don't
nothing.
Don't
For
thank me
nothing.
lah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just do research on
Yeah,
here.
you
I
just-
just scroll on Google.
You
That's
just
what I do.
Luan Luan research.
Yeah.
And of course, thank you, Sean, me, for being here today, for gracing this wonderful podcast with my presence. So if you don't know, join us, follow us on our socials, Luan Luan Lai, at luanluanlai.sg, sorry, at luanluanlai.sg. And also on Estelle's podcast, which is,
The Purposepreneur.
that is
And-
Purpose.
Can you spell?
Yeah, can you spell purpose? Yeah.
It's like a
P.
primary school drama.
Okay.
Drama
来，小明, time to spell purpose. How you spell purpose?
Okay.
Is it the dolphin? No, that's porpoise. Hello.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
At the.purposepreneur on Instagram. And on Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts, wherever you get podcasts, it's the Purposepreneur Podcast.
Totally.
With Estelle Kiora.
Yeah.
Not
Alright.
porpoise, but
Not
purpose.
porpoise. Yes. So yes, thank you very much, and see you, everybody.
See ya. Happy
Day,
Valentine's.
y'all.
Valentine's Day.
Woo.